What's this? Rob's doing customer wrapped pennies for a hunt? Yes, I am, and there's a reason for it. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to the channel. You're probably wondering why I'm hunting customer wrap rolls of pennies for a hunt. Well, here's the short of it. Bottom line is I went to a bank and they had somebody who had just recently came in and said that they brought in quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies all from one of their big jugs of coins, and I grabbed it all. It ended up being 32 hand-wrapped rolls of pennies. I think there's like another 10 rolls of nickels, 9 rolls of dimes, and like 21 rolls of quarters. Those will be for another hunt, but for this one, I grabbed those 32 rolls. I happened to go to another bank on the same day, and somebody had brought in 12 rolls of pennies, so I grabbed those. And then finally, I went to another bank just the other day, and they had 6 hand rolls of pennies in their drawer, and I grabbed them all, and I thought, well, heck, that's exactly 50. Why not hunt it? At first glance, there's a lot of copper enders. I flipped the rolls around like this on purpose, and there's even some rolls that look extremely short and some that look pretty heavy. So I'm thinking the person pretty much got tired of counting them and just started dumping them into rolls, and that's why I took them. Copper enders, piggy bank story, we gotta hunt them. So it's a 1-box hunt. This is a long intro. It will count towards the Penny Hunt and Fill series. We've made good progress. I'm gonna slide that over and we're gonna get right to it. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit shorter of a video than usual because it's only 1 box, but hopefully we still have good finds. I'll be back when I do have a find in the first box, well, the only box of this customer wrap rolls hunt. Well, we're on roll number 4 of that first set of 12 rolls, and at least we know that wasn't turned in by a coin roll hunter because in the 4th roll is our first wheat cent, a 1942, pretty slick on the face, but still a wheat cent out of Philly. We'll take it. We're on the board. Same roll. Make that 2 Wheaties. This one is a 1950 out of Philadelphia. Roll number 13, and the first of the hand wraps that look like that, and we know that wasn't turned in by a coin roll hunter either because we have wheat cent number 3 in the first of those. Wheat cent number 3, a 1946 Denver. We'll definitely take that. Roll 18, wheat cent number 4. And that's a 44 San Francisco. I'm on roll number 23, and while I haven't found any wheat cents in these final 30-something rolls from that one piggy bank dump supposedly, it looks like it's checking out because the copper's been adding up lately. There's a lot of nicer 80s and 90s coins, but more importantly, take a look at how much copper is in here. There is a lot of copper in here, and even the older coins from the 80s look actually pretty decent, like they're not heavily circulated. So I'm thinking that for sure this must be a piggy bank dump, as they said. We'll see how much copper we end up getting. Hopefully we get some wheat cents and maybe a variety. Speaking of copper, let's talk about that essential metal and how it relates to today's video sponsor, Giant Mining Corp, U.S. ticker BFGFF, available on Interactive Brokers and Charles Schwab, among others. Right now, copper is right at the center of a global economic and political shift. The U.S. and China are battling for control over mineral supply chains and tech dominance. Globalization has fallen out of balance, and both countries are responding. The U.S. through tariffs and deregulation to strengthen domestic mining, and China by leveraging scale, reserves, and near monopoly refining capacity. And that's where today's sponsor, Giant Mining Corp, U.S. ticker BFGFF, comes in. They own the Majuba Hill Copper Project and past-producing mine in Nevada, one of the most mining-friendly regions in the country. The company's stock is currently trading near 2025 lows, down about 70% from Q1 highs. So why copper? Let's take a look at some recent activity with regards to copper. Since early 2025, U.S. policy has focused heavily on mineral independence, with copper becoming a national security priority. In February 2025, Executive Order 14220 launched a Section 232 investigation into copper imports, classifying the nation's dependence on foreign suppliers. In July of 2025, the administration followed with a 50% tariff on semi-finished copper products like wires and cables due to a significant trade deficit. The next month, in August of 2025, copper was added under the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, tightening supply chain oversight. And then later that month, the U.S. Geological Survey proposed adding copper to the critical minerals list, along with silver and a few others. Oh, at the time of recording this, they have been added. October 2025, the Ambler Road project in Alaska was approved, unlocking access to rich copper and zinc deposits and facilitating the permitting of more than 1,700 mining claims. In light of all this, some may look back and see 2025 as the start of the new era for copper and the rebirth of American mining. Now let's shift our attention back to Giant Mining Corp and the Majuba Hill Copper Project, which had historic production between the early 1900s and the 1950s, including 2.8 million pounds of copper, 184,000 ounces of silver, 5,800 ounces of gold, and 21,000 pounds of tin. On top of all that production, the site already has established roads, nearby power, water, and ore stockpiles, plus room for future processing infrastructure per the company materials. As Howard Lutnick said, American industries depend on copper, and it should be made in America, no exemptions, no exceptions. And in the president's own words, copper should be made in America. It's time for copper to come home. For more information, check out Giant Mining Corp, ticker BFGFF, and the Majuba Hill Copper Project in Nevada. Really quickly, guys, before we get back to the video, I want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor and that this is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I also want to remind you that unlike physical metals such as gold and silver, mining stocks can be highly volatile and you could potentially lose your entire investment. There is a disclaimer link down below in the video description, along with more information about Giant Mining, who was today's video sponsor. Now, let's get back to the video. Well, we're up to roll number 28 now, and definitely not finding any wheat cents, finding a lot of copper. I went ahead and switched to the big copper cup. I bring in, though, because amongst the copper and the 80s and 90s nice coins is a 1989 Denver dime. I'll take that. Definitely makes me believe that it's not a coin or a hunter now for sure, although they might have pulled out the wheat cents, but they did leave me a dime. Roll number 32, and we finally found a wheat cent in these 32 different customer wrap rolls from the piggy bank. It's right here. Maybe they missed it, but I'll take it. 1956 Denver, and since I have you here, we'll scope it to see if there's any of the RPMs, which I do not see. 1956 Denver for the board, 5 wheat cents on the board, 18 rolls left. Roll number 35, we've got another dime. Not another wheat cent yet, but another dime. And that is a 2006 Denver. Roll number 37. Wheat cent number 6. A 57 out of Denver. Roll number 40. We've got wheat cent number 7. And it looks pretty nice. And it's another 56 Denver. Quick scope of it. Don't see anything fancy schmancy going on there, just a little damage by the 9. But we'll take it, because like I said, 7 wheat cents. We only have 10 rolls left, but copper is stacking up. Roll number 43 was a nightmare to get out. I had to use my screwdriver and push as hard as I could, because take a look at what they put in there. Take a look at what they put in there. What is this? Partners Club PGA Tour Charter Member. I've never seen this in my life. Never seen this in my life, and somehow they squeezed it in the bottom of the roll. Unbelievable. We'll take it, though. That's a cool find. Another cool find for the board, but we want some more wheats. We asked for more wheats. In that same roll is a 1946 out of Philadelphia. Roll 47. We've made it to 9 wheat cents somehow. And that's a 51S. We might need that for the book. 3 rolls left, though. Can we hit double digits? Well, unfortunately, we finished that penny box with the customer wrap rolls, and we didn't get the 10 wheat cents. We got 9. But that being said, the copper was ridiculous. I'll cover that in a second. Here's the take. 9 wheat cents, nothing older than 1942. Maybe we have 1 or 2 for the book. We'll have to see. I had a couple of hit list items because I had the book open, and these were the best of the 2 years that I know I needed, so I'm going to add those in. I kept some of the other nicer zinc scents from 1990 and earlier just because I don't keep them very often, and eventually I'll want to make some collection albums, and I need to start keeping the nice zinc scents when I see them. We got the 2 dimes. We got that PGA chip or token, whatever the heck that is, kind of cool. On top of that, we got 4 1959s, and I kept some shiny copper as well. Not a lot. The 66 was decent, but we might need it for the book. 75 Denver, 81 Denver, a couple of nice 82 Philly large date coppers. Don't see those too often in my area. And a couple of 82 Denver large date coppers as well. Speaking of copper, we may have set a new record on a 1-box hunt, although it was customer wrap rolls. A total of 5 pounds, 9 ounces of copper in those 50 rolls is nuts. And unfortunately, most of the copper coins were from the 70s and early 80s and had Denver mint marks, so finding varieties was going to be a task, although we did look, and although we had to ping a lot of the 82s and 83s like crazy. That being said, what's left to do is to compare the finds to the album. Let me see if I have any upgrades and additions. If I do, I'll bring you guys back with a look at the book and some final thoughts on this fun 1-box customer wrap rolls penny hunt. All right, we finished comparing all of today's finds to the album, and guess what? We had 6 additions. Take a look at this. We added 3 wheat cents, a 44S, a 1950, and a 51S, and we added 3 later dates, a 75D copper, an 82 Denver large date zinc cent, and an 87 Denver zinc cent as well. So now, after 5 boxes searched, we've slotted 101 of the 234 that the book holds. And of course, as you know, we can slot other ones if we wanted to put brown ones in, but we're looking for nice BU red scents. And we've got 1 page done. This page we're working on, and we still need lots of the older wheat scents, but slotting 3 Wheaties, slotting 3 of these, that's some progress made, and 5 pounds, 9 ounces of copper. Holy cow, you can't get mad at that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 1-box customer wrap rolls penny hunt today. If you did, you know I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.